If your content planning process is basically opening Instagram and hoping inspiration strikes, this video is for you. Here's the exact workflow we use to create an entire month of social media content for our clients.
Whether you're a marketing team of one, an in-house marketer, or running an ad agency, this process will help you create more strategic content without reinventing the wheel every month.
Start with analytics, not ideas. The first thing we do is look backward before we look forward. Before brainstorming a single post, we review the previous month's performance and ask questions like, what content performed well? What content flopped? But most importantly, why? Was it the topic? Was it the hook? What was the editing style? What was the format? What was the video duration? What was the caption and the call to action? Too many people look at their top performing posts and think, let's make another one like that. You're not totally wrong in putting two and two together. However, I encourage you to instead figure out what made that post successful. The audience is constantly telling you what they want more of, and your job as a marketer is to listen.
Now it's time to zoom out. Before we start adding content ideas, we revisit the strategy. What are we trying to accomplish? In other words, remember why you're doing this in the first place. Is it more awareness, more bookings, more product sales, more website traffic? Your marketing goals should always dictate your content, not your personal preferences, not trends. This is also where your content pillars come into play. Your content pillars aren't random categories you picked because they sounded good. They exist to support your marketing goals. For example, if your goal is to increase restaurant reservations, your content pillars might include signature menu items, guest experiences, behind the scenes, chef stories, and even community events. Every content idea should fit within one of those pillars. If it doesn't, it's probably not helping move the strategy forward. If you're curious on how to identify your content pillars, watch this video next.
Add your monthly priorities. So now we start filling in what we already know. Product launches, promotions, events, seasonal campaigns, flash sales, announcements, and any recurring content series. These become the anchor points for the month. Instead of starting with 30 empty boxes on a calendar, you've already given yourself a framework.
Now comes the fun part. This is where most people think brainstorming starts. For us, it actually started weeks or months ago. We keep a running bank of content ideas all year long. Whenever someone on our team has an idea, notices a common customer question, or hears something a client says during a meeting, it goes into the idea bank. That means we're almost never starting from zero. Then we start pulling ideas from that list, brainstorming as a team, and assigning content throughout the month while making sure we have a healthy balance across all of our content pillars. Here are some things I recommend asking yourself. What do customers always ask before they buy? There's content. What part of your business do customers never get to see? There's content. What would surprise someone about your business? There's content. What decisions are you trying to help someone make? There's content. What experience are you trying to get people excited about? You guessed it. There's content. You probably have hundreds of content ideas already. You just haven't started collecting them yet.
Once we know what we're talking about, we decide how we're going to deliver it. Should this be a reel, a carousel, a story, a static post? Choosing between a reel, carousel, static post, or story isn't about preference. It's about the job you need that piece of content to do.
Reels are for discovery. We use them to get in front of new people through education, entertainment, personality, behind the scenes content, quick tips, vlogs, and event recap.
Carousels are for depth. They're for the audience that's already paying attention. That's where we tell stories, do informational deep dives, menu launches, entertainment schedules, and turning blog posts into multimedia carousels.
Stories are for relationships, behind the scenes, reposting your community, polls, and questions.
Now, static posts are for clarity, so think awards, announcements, flash sales, and testimonials. The best format is the one that helps you accomplish the goal. So the next time you're deciding what to post, don't ask what format this should be. Ask, what job does this content need to do?
Only after the calendar is mapped out do we move into production planning. Now we're asking questions like, what needs to be filmed and what are the shots needed? What needs photography? Which graphics need to be designed? Do we need talent? What props do we need? For our beverage clients especially, we often build scenes with props from backdrops to glassware. What locations are we shooting at? We also write out any video scripts. By planning everything at once, we're able to batch content production instead of scrambling every week trying to create something new. That's one of the biggest time savers in our entire workflow. One of the biggest misconceptions about social media is that content starts with creativity. I don't think it does. I think it starts with strategy. When you know your goals, understand your audience, learn from your analytics, and have a repeatable workflow, creating content becomes a whole lot easier.
So next month, don't start with a blank calendar. Start with a system. Your future self will thank you.